All right. Hi. You said your name's Gerald, right?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. 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 Thank you for doing this interview. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'll give you $5 for the interview, and we're probably not going to agree on the same subject, but if you can prove me wrong on this subject, I'll give you $100, man. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open-minded would you say you are? 10 being the most open-minded, 1 being the least open-minded.
10.
10. You think you should look at both sides of an argument before you make a decision on something?
Say it again?
You think you should look at both sides of an argument before you make a decision on something?
Yeah, it's on terms of what type of knowledge you got with each other, what type of knowledge in terms of what you got each other to vary your opinions.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I agree. Do you trust your senses?
Yes, I do.
Do you trust the government?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you think the majority is always right?
It depends on the opinion.
All right, fair enough. How do you think everything came to be? Do you believe in like the Big Bang Theory? Do you believe?
I believe
you
in God.
So you
I
believe in
believe in God.
creationism? You believe God?
The creator God.
All right, cool. What would be your definition of science?
My definition of science is bringing those things together that Earth produces. The Earth produces and things of the knowledges and the concept behind nature.
All right. Would you agree with me that science should be observable, measurable, testable, and repeatable?
Repeatable of science. Let me see.
Observable, measurable, testable, and repeatable.
Yes.
See, that's like the core of science.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think science should ever be a closed book?
No.
No. All right. What's the difference between a belief and a knowing?
A belief is something that abstracts the existence of your character and what you believe in. And knowing is knowing the fact of being aware.
Being aware. Would you agree a knowing would be like there's two people here talking right now? That's a knowing.
That's knowing. That's being aware, knowing two people actually conversate.
That's 100%. All right, here's the subject, man. Like I said, it's getting pushed. I think it's getting pushed down by the media, but I think it's got some valid points. I'd be shocked if you agree with me on it, but what do you think? What shape do you think the Earth is? Do you believe it's flat? Do you believe it's without form? Do you believe it's?
I believe it's round.
Do you believe it's an oblate spheroid?
It's round, yes.
Like going around the sun? Like
going around the sun, yeah, round.
Can I ask you why you believe that?
Because look at the Earth now. I mean, look at the globe now. Look at the circumference of the diameter diagram of Earth. This is the diagram of the Earth, the way it's shaped. The Earth is round.
The Earth is round. Okay, fair enough. That's why you believe it.
Yes.
All right. Do you know anything like about fluid dynamics? How water behaves, like liquid?
Liquid is basically liquid is basically H2O, as in as what's that word for? It's a word for it.
Yeah, it shows water.
It's a word for it. It's a word for it. It's a word for it. It's called. I got my finger right on it. Hold on, give me a couple seconds. It ain't gonna say long. Plutonium. It's called plutonium. Yes, the water is plutonium.
Would you agree with me? 1,000,000% of the time, a liquid will take the shape of its container. 1,000,000% of the time.
I mean, liquid takes its own shape, but we have a spirit inside of us that shapes the water and the things inside of us.
All right, but you would agree that like liquid always takes the shape of its container in our reality, or no?
Yes.
All right. So the Earth's covered in over 72% water. How could it be an oblate spheroid?
Because the way the water is deep around it, and it consists of the measurement of how it's formed and the reality and the factorization behind the water. Water is basically H2O, as in the primary aspect of plutonium, a measurement of how the way it nourishes and stuff.
Would you be able to demonstrate water bending and holding form to an object, you think?
Water is basically a concept of a measurement of how it's shaped and what it's processed to do.
All right, but you've never actually seen it bend around anything and actually hold form?
I heard water can take a shape as in plutonium, as in this. Water can become a plutonium as in shapes and forms.
All right. Like in space, do you think we breathe the same stuff in space?
We breathe air, oxygen.
And in space is a vacuum, they tell us, right?
Vacuum, we can't breathe space.
So it's like, space, they tell us, is like, it's as close as you can get to a negative pressure system as you can get.
Yeah, it's close to get to you can't breathe in space.
Yeah, so basically, we live in a positive pressure system, and space is almost a negative pressure system. Would you be able to give me an example of two separate pressurized environments coexisting side by side without a barrier? Because you did say you believe in a creator, right? And in the Bible and stuff, it says God made the firmament, and this kind of goes along with science. I'm not saying that's a scientific fact, but they're telling us our atmosphere is adjacent to the vacuum of space without a solid barrier.
Space has no barriers in it because it's the ozone there.
The ozone layer.
It's
that's
the
what
ozone layer consists of the ozone layer as in space. Space consists of no oxygen. It has no type of oxygen up there. You can't really breathe up there.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of getting at nowhere in nature can we show water bending and holding form around an object. Would you agree?
No.
Nowhere?
I mean, water has its way of doing things. I mean, water has its way of connecting with planet Earth and with people.
Yeah.
Because water nourishes us. We need water to,
100%
to
we need
live
water.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
But nowhere in nature does it. Would you agree? Nowhere in nature it bends and holds form around an object like you got to believe it does around the planet Earth, right?
Right.
And then nowhere in nature does two separate environments, a negative pressure system and a positive pressure system, exist side by side without a solid barrier, right?
Not without factors. Not without factors.
Yeah. All right. Do you know the difference between eclipses, like a lunar eclipse and solar?
Eclipse is when the sun goes around in its orbit, and that black dark hole goes over the orbit of the sun.
Yeah. A solar eclipse is basically when the sun goes or the moon goes in front of the sun.
Right.
And then a lunar eclipse, what they tell us. Can you hold your hands out like this, like right in front of me? Perfect. Let's say the Earth's in between your hands.
Right.
Sun's on one side, the moon's on the other.
Right.
What you believe that is basically the sun casts its shadow on the Earth and it makes the lunar eclipse because it's always a curved surface on there, right?
Right.
Would you be able to disprove that? I don't believe that. I think it's actually the sun that's blocking out the moon there. Would you agree the sun's round?
Yeah.
So would you be able to disprove that I actually think it's actually the sun that's blocking out the moon?
I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends because I think the sun. I just see the moon in one spot and the sun in the other.
Oh yeah, but every time there's a lunar eclipse, the sun's on the exact opposite side of the moon.
Right.
And so basically, you either believe it's a Earth shadow that's being cast on there from the sun, or it's the sun that's blocking it out.
The sun's blocking it out.
You think it's the sun blocking it out?
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't believe the Earth was a ball, though. You wouldn't believe in the globe.
Say that again.
If you believe it's the Earth shadow that's blocking it out, then you believe the Earth's a ball or a
Yeah, the
round.
Earth is a ball. Yeah.
So you believe it's the Earth shadow blocking it out.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever heard? You know what the North Star is?
Say what?
The North Star?
Yeah, the North Star. I know what that is.
It's right in the. I like to say it's right in the middle of us because I always say, you seen the movie The Matrix before? Or,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like The Matrix. I think it's like a realm without form, like level realm. That's my belief.
Right.
But North Star, it's a fact. You can look at it and it vibrates a little bit. Everything that does perfect geocentric circles around us. So would you be able to disprove that everything's actually spinning around us, causing the Coriolis?
The Earth is spinning around in the vortex. It's called vortex.
I believe that's what we're
Right,
taught.
it's a vortex. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, how would you disprove that I think everything's actually spinning around us, causing the Coriolis effect in each part of the world? The moon pushes the tides, the sun contracts the tides. They say if you shoot a bullet west from the sun there, it's going to dip down. I say that's because of the Coriolis effect. I say that's based off a false axiom. And if you shoot a bullet west at nighttime, the bullet will bounce up a little bit.
Right.
But I think the lunar eclipse is actually the sun blocking them. And I don't believe the Earth moves at all. I believe it's stationary. And I believe that the sun and the moon kind of go around us.
Yeah, it does.
So would you be able to disprove that?
No.
No? Do you know what a logical fallacy is?
So what?
A logical fallacy? Can I give you an example one? Like
Logical fallacy?
A logical fallacy.
Like a fallacy?
Logical fallacy?
Okay.
Like if we were in a tennis court right now and I had like 10 tennis balls and I threw them all over the tennis court, would that turn the tennis court into a round ball?
No, because the ball stays the same.
Yeah, the ball stays the same. So just because you see circles in the sky, does that mean you're living on a round ball?
Yeah, I believe so.
You believe? Would you, all right.
I believe because I believe. Look at the sky shit now. Earth is round.
Earth is
Earth
round.
is round and consisting of the dialogue of how it's shaped. Earth is actually shaped round.
All right. So would you say knowing the Earth? Would you say it's a belief or a knowing that the Earth's round?
Knowing the Earth is round.
Knowing? Have you ever been up to space and seen it before?
No.
So how can you say? How can you say it's a knowing then?
Because it's evident.
It's evident. How? How? What's your best proof?
The sky, the way the Earth is shaped right now. If you look at it.
I mean, if we look around right now, it looks level. Wouldn't you say or no? Like that water there in the Detroit River, it's contained, right? Level. Wouldn't you say or no?
Yeah, I think it's level.
Level.
Yeah.
So I mean, where's the round part then?
No, the Earth, the water globe was inside the Earth was shaped. The Earth was this curriculum of the manifestation of a monument of where the Earth is shaped inside the water. So the Earth is a dialogue and a diagram of the perception of how you perceive Earth as being shaped around.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I'd say it's a belief, but I mean, hey, you're definitely
It's just
entitled.
my
to
opinion.
It's yeah. I mean, hey, but you're entitled to your opinion. All right, I appreciate the interview, man. I'll hook you up.